Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Business, the Heartbeat Group, in January 2021. This side hustle is fast becoming a cornerstone of their individual businesses, bringing their unique secret sauce to transforming the world of collaboration, leadership, and teamwork. Dene is the founder director of Brantham, a multi-award-winning branding and marketing agency. Sashu is a transformation coach and team facilitator who inspires professionals and teams in conscious living and leadership. If there's anyone who knows about collaborating and engaging in meaningful ways, it's these two. So team engagement and collaboration can make or break any group's success and can have the greatest impact on individuals. Traditional methods to engage can sometimes miss the mark on developing the deep connection that individuals need to create genuine and meaningful engagement that is sustainable.
Team engagement in motion is our topic for today, and we're going to have an interactive xCite. So I hope that nobody escapes the room. Nobody's allowed to escape the room. We're all going to become involved and engaged today. I'd just like to introduce my co-presenter today, Sashu and Benay. Now, Sashu is, I just have to make my screen a little bit bigger. Sashu Benay is a transformation coach and corporate team facilitator. She's awesome at what she does, and you'll see that in action today.
And I would like to introduce my co-host, which is Dean Menzel, musician and team building host, and absolutely sensational to be with you here today, Dean, and creating this magic in our Heartbeat group together.
Likewise.
So a little bit about our story and our background. So Dean and I first met at a BX meeting, just like this, online. We'd never met in the flesh, and we really connected in our one-to-one breakout rooms, which we're going to do later on. And since that moment, we have never looked back. So Dean and I have been in a joint venture collaboration since January 2021. It is called the Heartbeat Group, and it has grown exponentially since we first started our conversation back in January last year. So we now have the Heartbeat Leaders and Teams, which is focus groups and team development experiences, Heartbeat Jams, which is our corporate and key team connection experiences, Heartbeat Collaborations, which is training and coaching that we do for entrepreneurs like you guys, leaders and teams in empowering collaboration opportunities. We've been through massive experiences in our collaboration, so we are sharing that magic with the world through our self-paced training, our online workshops, and our one-to-one coaching. In the short time we've been together, we've also done some fabulous projects. So we've done a marketing video production and design. We have collaborated with 24 other business owners throughout that time, and also held a movie premiere red carpet event. So it has been a very eventful year or so together in our collaboration.
Why is it so important to engage teams? Well, for us, we sat down and we both of us have worked with teams, Sashu and I, and we came up with these items here. So obviously businesses want to retain their employees. If you're wanting to motivate your staff and keep them there, not just for now, but for the long term, it's really, really important to engage them, to create a really positive work culture where everybody's happy, where people want to wake up in the morning, come to work. That's a really great result for an organization. It also translates into better outcomes for businesses because people are more focused, they're value driven, they've got a bit of accountability and ownership in the company, they feel like they're a part of something, and all that leads to bottom line success. When your people are happy, then your organization is happy. I suppose it's sort of like how my husband says, happy wife, happy life. It's sort of like that with an organization. Happy employees, great, happy organization. So team engagement doesn't just mean that it's just about what happens at work. It's also, you know, encompassing that whole work-life integration. And that's what we really value when it comes to team engagement. So these are just some of the elements of team engagement. There are others, but these are the ones that we found to be quite important. Now, when it comes to team engagement, obviously there can be some obstacles in the way. You know, you might have some teams that feel like they're not being valued. You know, you can get some groups where there are some people who sort of fall through the cracks and just sort of like feel like they're a little bit invisible in the organization. There can be a lack of teamwork, especially when you have different departments in an organization and they're not really speaking or listening to each other. So you don't have that really cohesive team where it's a smooth running machine and you have a synergy of talent. It can be quite separated. Obviously, we have experienced in the last 2 years, you know, with COVID, businesses have had to go into new directions. Sometimes it might result in a downturn in business and businesses have had to adapt. What does that do to your team and your team engagement? These are all questions that managers have to ask themselves. Lack of connection and trust in leadership and management, especially when you've got, you know, a group of people or even one person steering the ship. You know, you really have to have trust in where they are steering you. And it really means that you need to be able to connect with that person or those groups of people. And having team engagement doesn't mean just having these people at the top and then just engaging your team at below. It's talking about creating a level playing field where you can actually speak to each other, really open up and talk about the issues that are happening and find solutions together. And also, obviously, with COVID, we've had, you know, those models of working from home, working from the office, hybrid models. You know, how do you actually engage teams where logistically people are not together? So these can be some of the barriers to team engagement, and managers have to find solutions to those to keep their teams engaged, energized, and focused.
So our 3 key areas of engagement that we'd like to share with you today is about brand purpose, team cohesion, and personal connection. And this is where we kind of come at team engagement from a whole different perspective. From the brand purpose, like the big picture of team engagement, and this is really relatable to whether we're in a big corporation, when we're in a small to medium-sized business, or you can even put this through the lens if you are a solo entrepreneur. But with our brand purpose, if we are united in a common purpose, it's like we can see the big picture of what the business is trying to achieve, and we really feel purpose pulled. So we're not like trying to drive, you know, this goal and that KPI and that target. We're actually really believing in not just the why of the business, but why it's, you know, what it stands for, and really feeling purpose pulled from that heart space. And when we do that, then we can create an incredible loyalty from the people involved in that business. It can obviously drive a lot of solidarity between team members. So because everyone's united in that common cause, that can then drive a self-motivation. So being self-driven to show up and really contribute on a daily basis. And also being a contributor to something that's bigger than themselves. And everyone in life is looking for meaning, fulfillment, and purpose. You know, we can sometimes get caught in some of those planetary goals of physical things, but when it comes to our true inner purpose and motivation, we really want to contribute to something that's bigger than ourselves, because it really gives us meaning in life. The second key element of engagement for us is that team cohesion. So people need to feel that they have meaning in what they do. You can get that team cohesion when people really feel it, They know how they're contributing, and they feel that there's a really positive energy around that work environment, that project that they're working on. And that's all to do with the culture, obviously, the leadership, but that the energy is supporting them in that team cohesion. That the environment has a bit of fun element to it. No one wants to turn up to work, put their head down, bum up, and just, go at it all day, every day. We need to engage. We need to experience, each other and all the different chapters in our learnings and expansions together. And that brings the really collective element into it. We're collectively putting together all our different individual magic. We all have our own uniqueness. We all have something different to bring to any situation. So when we bring the collective, that brings that synergy throughout the group. It also brings a sustainability factor, as in teams will tend to stick together longer when they do have that cohesiveness. If you like working with your teammates, then of course it's going to be an element to whether you actually remain in that position or continue in that business. And getting that true connection with one another. So it's providing those opportunities, particularly now as we have remote workforces, or we might have different locations across our business. We might even be looking at our business from that small business or solo entrepreneur, where our team is other affiliates, other suppliers, providers, collaborators that we're connecting with. And just taking that time out to connect with people on an individual level is so, so important. That was really a cornerstone when Dene and I were developing our collaboration, is we actually got together on a Zoom on a Sunday and had a coffee, so to speak. And it really turned things around because we got to know each other on a much, much deeper level, and we could really connect in meaningful ways. The team cohesion and engagement can also be fostered by innovation. People are excited to be there, trying new things, expanding, asking that glorious what if question. That can be really something exciting to be a part of. So that's a big part of team engagement as well. Our third element is really then taking it down to the personal connection. So we've talked about the big picture of the actual brand purpose. We've talked about the team cohesion. Now we're bringing it to the individual. And I believe this is the powerhouse really of any organization, particularly smaller organizations, but just as important in bigger corporations as well. That we need to be in connection with our own personal values and beliefs. What drives us? What fuels us in our day-to-day experience of life? We spend a lot of time at work or in our business. So we are an enormous percentage of that. So what are our true strengths? What are our talents? And that requires a bit of self-reflection, because sometimes what we think our strengths are, maybe not are in reality. What we believe our talents are, there could be other people that we're collaborating with that are super talented in those areas, so that they can complement our team and our business. So it's being very self-aware about all of those things. What are our true goals? Our goals in life, I'm talking about now, and in fact, our vision in life. What is our vision that we have for the world? Because that is, again, what drives us on a daily basis. And when we tune into that vision, when we truly know what those goals are, and I'm not talking about just those physical goals for ourselves, but more the big picture goals for us and who we are, and how we relate to the world. When we explore those kind of elements, then any effort we put into business, into our work life, just expands exponentially. You have no idea how far you can take it when we have that personal connection with ourselves. And that then brings to life this concept of work-life integration. Now, I know you've all heard the topic of work-life balance. well, let's take that further. We're not just wanting to balance our work and life, we're wanting to integrate it. We're wanting to get that synergy and cohesion between who we really are and what we're going to spend 40 plus hours, whatever number you're going to put for that every week. We want to be really integrated with that time and effort that we put into our everyday experience of life. So they are our 3 areas of engagement: brand purpose, the big picture; team cohesion, which is really rubber hitting the road day to day; and personal connection, which is the powerhouse to bring all of those 3 elements into cohesion.
Okay, can you hear me, Sashu, by any chance?
Yes, I can.
Okay, because my visual screen has frozen, but as long as you can hear me, we will get into the next section. So it's time to engage everybody. This is where it's a little bit of fun. For this challenge, which we are setting up for you, you have exactly 1 minute to find 2 items in your home or office. The first item is an everyday object that you could make or turn into a percussive sound. It could be a shaker, a drum. So you don't have to have a shaker or a drum, an actual musical instrument around with you. It could be a stapler. It could be a pot and a pan. It could be a couple of pencils that you click together. If you've got headphones on and you're connected to your computer and you have to walk away from your desk, just make sure that you take your headphones off so you don't drag your computer with you. But find that first item, and also have a second device handy, whether it's a smartphone or an iPad, something that could record an audio sound nearby. Hopefully you've got one of those near you. But we're going to give you 1 minute to find those 2 items: one object that could make a percussive sound, and either your smartphone or an iPad. And your time starts now.
Yes, it does. So you have 1 minute, and Dean, I'm just going to give you a few seconds to record, change your screens, and we're going to give you some mood music to find your percussive instruments today. So let's put that on for you today. This is just a quick 1 minute while you find your tools. Okay, so let's see. Do we have our instruments? Yes, all right. So if everyone could hold them up, we are actually going to take a little screenshot, if you don't mind, just to see all the magic that you're bringing to the room today.
Just give me a second. I'm just going to grab that.
No worries. I'm going to do that too. Oh, look, we've got some very creative people here. All right, smile, everybody. Thank you very much. I love what you brought to it. Okay, Dean, are you still with us?
I am. Can you hear me? I'm just.
Yes, I can hear you. And I'm recording the screen in the background, just so you know.
Fantastic. I'm just going to move this over a little bit so that I get that. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we're going to make music together now, everybody, with your instruments. So what I'd like you to do firstly is to mute your Zoom screen. Just make sure everybody's on mute. Okay. the next thing I need you to do is grab your secondary device and press, find your your audio app, your voice app, and get the record button ready. Okay, all right. The next thing I want you to do is now press record on your devices. Grab your instruments and show us on screen again what you're playing with. Beautiful. If you have got your screen off, for example, Ivy, if you'd like to pop your screen on so we can see you, that'd be awesome. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just so that we can see your beautiful faces on your Zoom screens. So we're capturing this also on video, so make it count, everyone. All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play you a video and you are going to shake your instrument in time with the clicks, Dean, is that right?
Yes. So what will happen is you'll hear a beat, which will go boom, 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 boom. And so what I need you to do is I need you to be the heartbeat. So the heartbeat being, I might actually even go over here so you can see me.
Great idea.
So you're going to hear a boom and you'll see 2 love hearts on the screen and you'll be the gu-gum. So it'll be boom, gu-gum, boom, gu-gum. So you're the gu-gums. So can we just give it a test run for now? Just on screen, really.
We can, and I'll just do it too. So we're going to hear the boom, ka-gung.
Yeah, just like
ka-gung. All right, excellent. So I got my little shaker ready.
That was a great demonstration. Let's try it together. Ready? So boom, gu-gung, boom, gu-gung.
That's
boom, gu-gung, boom, gu-gung. All right.
Okay.
See how you go? It's like that all the way through. So if you need a little bit of time just to get used to it, we're doing that all the way through for roughly about a minute.
Yep.
So are you ready?
We're ready.
Here we go. Well done, everybody. Press the stop button on your recording device now. Okay. And if you can do us a favor and share that via email to heartbeatteams@gmail.com. Now that might have sounded like, okay, you're just doing something on your own with a screen. But what we're in fact doing is we're capturing all of our sounds together as a percussive heartbeat that will be part of a little surprise that we have at the end of this meeting for you all. So if you can send that to me now. I'm just going to
so heartbeatteams@gmail.com.
That's it. Can you see that on the screen, Daz?
Yes, I can. There we go.
Great. Excellent. So there's got 2 T's between beat and teams there. So thank you so much, everyone, for your participation in that. You will see the magic that Dene is going to create in the background from all of your contributions. It may seem like you were just doing a little something in the background, but this is what collaboration is all about. And team engagement is, we all do our part to create something magical. So we will see where that goes by the end of today's meeting. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. Again, hopefully you've all had an opportunity to email that to us. Can I just have a thumbs up? Is everyone kind of good to go? Excellent. Lots of thumbs up and nods. Thank you very much. All right. So just to do our final little wrap up in today's session today, very aware of the time. We'd love just a little bit of feedback from you on our mini Heartbeat BX Jam today. So how did you find being a part of that? How did it make you feel? The curiosity perhaps of going and finding your instrument and what it was. You know, this was a little picture of our last session that we did this in. This is our 2.0 version. And what did you enjoy most about the musical element, the collaboration, the engagement? If you could just pop some feedback in the chat for us, that would be absolutely amazing. Just give us the feeling, you know, what were you feeling as you were doing all of that and engaging in maybe something you didn't even know what the actual outcome was going to be, but was it easy? You know, was it challenging? Was it fun? We'd love to know. So please pop it in the chat. I can see fingers typing and a few messages coming through there. So thank you very, very, very much. Appreciate your very engaging, energetic and fun. Thank you very much. Engaging, Marcus. No worries, Debbie. I'm glad you enjoyed it and syncing with the rhythm. Rebecca, that was awesome fun. Felt connected to everyone. Thanks, Rebecca. That's awesome. And Jonathan, something different for my Tuesday morning. Yes, indeed, Jonathan. Welcome to BX Online. Anything can happen. All right. So just in closing, a little bit about our Heartbeat Jams. We do all sorts of different experiences with small to medium enterprises. So anyone with teams of 10 people or up, basically, we can run a 2-hour session as part of a strategy day. It might be a regular morning Kickstarter or a monthly check-in session that we do. We also run much more intensive and elaborate 3 or 6 month programs for those businesses and corporations that really do want to delve into this issue of team engagement and really developing that culture within that business. It might even be that we complement a wellbeing program that perhaps you already have in place. But really the outcomes of the Heartbeat Jams and all the different experiences that we at the Heartbeat Group provide is really getting people connected to purpose, connected to that bigger picture of why they are actually contributing so much time and so much effort into that enterprise. It can really instill a sense of pride because you're all in it together. You're really proud of your accomplishment of coming together and creating something that is meaningful and heartfelt. And it's not just that, oh, let's do a little, you know, lovely little exercise as part of a team development day. We take it a lot deeper than that. We really take it to that level of getting true synergy and collaboration between team members. It also instills a lot of creativity, a lot of innovation, and opens up many more communication channels than what is provided for on a day-to-day basis. And that is what creates that true connection and that team cohesion. It's also instilling that work integration and really benefiting mental health, which is something that's very dear to Dene and my hearts. That work integration is not just the, oh, let's get a bit of work-life balance and remember to take time out. It's about integrating, getting that synergy between you and what you do. And of course, all of these things are contributing to mental health, which we know is a massive topic across all businesses in various forms. And it's really important that we start to address that in meaningful ways. And this is something that we're very passionate about. So Thank you so much, everyone, for an incredible experience this morning. We will show you at the end of our session as Dean works away in the magic, technology willing. She works away with the magic in the background, and we will show you our beautiful collaboration at the end of today's session.